Welcome in, Observe. How are you? How is your Wednesday? Hello, everybody. How is everybody doing? How is everybody's Wednesday? Um, I will say that this is probably going to be a short stream. I don't know how long yet. The reason why is because I am pet sitting and I have to go there. I have to go and like let the dogs out. Probably no, the latest is like 2 hours. So, um, so we'll see. I don't know what we're doing. We might read, we may not. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. So, so yeah. Um, I'm trying to think. I know I didn't stream last week. Oh, don't forget the giveaway. This Thursday is the last day to be able to enter in the giveaway for the audiobook. I have January subs already ready to go for that. If if you want to be entered, it's for an audiobook called The Fall 2078 The Fall by Jay Spencer. Um you have to subscribe. So, we also have a couple of Valentine's stuff going on in the Discord. Movie night's going to be on Friday night. Um, Let me make sure. Look at my calendar. Yes. Okay. Yes. So, Friday night is movie night. I'll probably stream on Thursday because this stream is to make up for last week because last week I was only supposed to pet sit until like Wednesday or Thursday, but she extended her trip till Sunday. So it was literally unplanned. Unplanned and whatnot. So, so yeah, so I've been pet sitting all last week. Um, I got a haircut last week. Trying to think of what else. I don't remember if I showed y'all the Fairy Loop book that I got. That was at the end of the January though. I did start Iron Flame finally, so I am currently reading that. I know a lot of people has already read it. I'm reading some other books though too. So I have like 3 books going right now. So that's fun. Oh, so I have not got super glued to finish my bookshelf project thing. In fact, the cat's kind of destroyed it, so I have to put it back together. So yeah. Um I've been playing a lot of Disney Dreamlight, so I've been obsessed with that game. A new update just happened today. I haven't got to play it yet, and I probably won't be able to play it today, so which I'm a little sad about. But that's okay. That's okay. So, anyway, ugh, a little yawn here. I'm still in contact with my artist. She disappeared for a while to try to fix my jiggle physics. So, yeah. Well, I guess we'll actually just go ahead and start reading, probably. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm rather sore today, so that's always fun. From doing exercises. Okay, it might be a little cheating, but I have totally been doing exercises while reading in bed, and it seems to be working out for me. So I'm rather sore from that. Oh, I ordered I ordered some. Good evening, Green Mage. How are you? How have you been? It's been forever. Green Mage, I don't know what I'm doing yet, so it's gonna be a short stream. But I ordered 3 new books. It's all from Sangi, and I got them this past week. So now I finally have Brian Potter, like the second book of his. And then I have Olin's. Of course I remember you. I've been okay. I finally started reading. Oh, how is that going? I tried to read um The Lord of the Rings, one of the books, and I just couldn't do it. It was like too many names for me. Thanks for the sub. Who was that? Journey. Thank you so much. How are you? How is your Wednesday? Journey, how's the new job going? I love Bilbo. He is even more wonderful than I realized. Is he much different in the book versus the movie? I'm good. I'm tired. It's kicking. Is it much harder? Cause like it's around the same type of job, right? But you're working like late, I think, right? If I remember correctly. Neil, how are you? How's your Wednesday? Neil, I tagged you in my Discord. I don't know if you've seen it, but you won the points for last month, so I need you to DM me so I can send you your stuff. Journey, I'll give you 2 entries for the giveaway, by the way. Because I extended the giveaway for the audiobook since I wasn't able to stream for like half the month of January. So because you subbed both times, I'll put you down as twice. It's the same job but different hospital systems, but they operate different. Is it like a harder different? Yes, your address, please. Please, please, please. Bilbo speaks more eloquently in the book than in the movie. He also comes off as more conflicted about whether to be adventurous or scared. Really? I feel like in the movie he didn't. I feel like he just kind of followed. What's his name? Like I said, I haven't read the books, so I don't know much about the books. Just more work? Oh, is it? Like it's a like they add more to a person versus the other place. Thanks for the emote, Neil. How has everybody been? I got my hair cut last week, so but for now I'm working 8 to 4 until I'm done with training. Oh, I thought you mentioned about your schedule was changing and it was like later. How long are you training for? Also, apologize last week. I was supposed to stream, but I was pet sitting and the lady decided to extend her uh vacation from Thursday to like Sunday. Yeah, hopefully in March I'll go on my regular shift. Oh, what will your regular shift be? I don't know what we're doing tonight. I don't know if I'm going to read. It's going to be a short stream because I am pet sitting again and I have to leave to let some dogs out um for the night. 4 p.m. Ugh. I hate I hate working late. Are you like naturally like a night owl person? Yeah, I know. I mean, at least you're not working completely like third shift, like, you know? At least you're coming home before the sun comes back up. I'm not a morning person. I'm not a morning person. Hate working that late. Yeah, that's kind of how I am. I call myself a mid shifter. So I do much better if I like, I don't know, work from 10/11 to 5 to before it's dark outside, basically. At least right now, because it gets dark here at like 5:30. hold on, I'm looking for Green Mage. Uh, okay, so besides Bilbo, what else is different about it? Like, is it really, really different, like the plot and everything, or do they stay pretty good on the story? Brunch to sundown. Basically, yes, yes. Basically. Like, I feel I don't like waking up early. I struggle with that. But also, I want time to like go outside or whatever and do stuff. So, yep. Uh, 10 to 6 would be great. Yeah, that's not too bad. I mean, besides in winter, like I said, I don't like working um after dark. So, currently I usually try to work 9 to 5. Sometimes it's less than that, depends on my jobs for the day. But um but yeah, so that's what I currently work, but I don't know. I don't like working past sundown. Oh, so okay, I don't know if you're in the well, I only just started, so as far now I have finished the first two chapters. They are more or less the same. There are a couple things they cut out here and there, but so far, oh, I didn't know you just started. Okay. Like I said, I tried to read um like Tolkien stuff, but like I just couldn't. I think it was just all the names. I don't know. Sleeping in the West Coast is rough because I end up missing a lot of internet communities after active hours. People go into bed when it's 6 to 7 p.m. here. Hold on, what time is it for you right now, Neil? What books are you talking about? Green Mage, he's on YouTube. He started reading The Hobbit. 520. Oh. Well, okay, if people are going to bed at 6 or 7, like they're freaking going to bed super early. Because if it's 5:20, it's only 8:20 here. There's only like a 3-hour difference. Like who the F is going to bed at 9 o'clock? The Hobbit was so good. Did you like it, Journey? How would you compare it? Green Mage just started. So on weeknights my friends with jobs are knocking out. I lay down at night. There is no effing way. There's no way I'm going to bed at 9 or laying down at. I don't lay down till like 11/midnight. I can't do it before then. I can't do it. No, that is way too early. If they are West Coast or just winding down, at least East Coast. Well, yeah, I'm East Coast. That's what I'm saying. Like, I love The Hobbit, but had to DNF. Did you really? Why's that? Why did you DNF The Lord of the Rings in the middle of book 2? Ba la 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 la. Guys, okay, so some of y'all may know I've been playing a lot of Disney Dreamlight, and a new update came today. And I can't even play it. I'm so upset. East Coast gang, let's go. Yes. Say, Green Mage, I didn't realize you're on East Coast. Yeah, it's nice when I know people who stay up late East Coast. I'm kind of finding more. Yeah, I mean, to me that's not late for me. Like that's what I'm going to bed around, like I said, 11/midnight on a weeknight when I have work the next morning. It got extremely boring for me. I didn't know who was it. Yeah, okay, so I tried to read one of his books and I was so confused, like the names and trying to follow. Yeah, I had that problem too. I got one friend who stays up like three, four. I may have done that just on occasion on the week when I don't have to work the next morning. I try not to do that, but okay, I will admit, in the last few months, I may have stayed up to 6 o'clock in the morning. So, on a Friday night. So, I was up at like 8 to 6. So, I may have done that. But it doesn't happen often. I'll be honest, I was playing a game. So, and I didn't even know that it was that time. Tolkien went really far out of his way when it came to world building, and learning names in a fantasy language is pretty overwhelming. I am not a big fan of world building. I love fantasy, but if there's a lot of world buildings, I I can't do it. I struggle. Now, okay, I did read a Tolkien book that I thought was I liked it. I enjoyed it. But the funny thing is that he wrote it for his kids. So technically, it's a kid's book, but it's called I think it's called like Father Christmas or something like that. Let me see if I can look it up. Sorry, I keep on yawning. Goodreads.com. Okay, so hold on, I'm still trying to find it. My luck, it won't be on here. Uh, no, it is not on Goodreads. What the F? Why isn't it on here? I don't know. It was like a Christmas thing for his kids that he wrote, and I enjoyed it. But for some reason I can't find it on Goodreads. The Father Christmas letters, that's what it is. So obviously it's a Christmas book. But that's the only one so far that I've liked by him. Also, okay, so I read this other book, and it was called The Sword of Shannara, and it's I refer to it as a Lord of the Rings copycat, except for it's a sword instead of a ring. And I tried reading that book, and I did not enjoy it. I did not finish it, and I feel like if I didn't like that book, I'm not going to like Lord of the Rings. So, um, so I did not try to attempt after that. We are having movie night, by the way, on Friday. If you're into Discord, you can vote for the book. Right now, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days is winning by 1 vote. So yeah, because we have our Valentine event that's been going on. What else? What else? I thought I was going to enjoy Lord of the Rings since I like The Hobbit, but that didn't work out. Really? I wonder why Lord of the Rings got boring for you after The Hobbit. Oh, shoot. Tomorrow is... Wait. No, it's supposed to be Friday. That's wrong. I need to edit this. I put the wrong date. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. I was really disappointed. Well, that's good to know for people who are reading it, so... I also almost DNF'd the Dark... Oh, I think you told me that. Wasn't it like... Didn't you get tired of reading it, if I remember correctly? Don't forget, the giveaway is still going on. This week is the last week. So literally today and tomorrow. I guess I'm streaming in 2 days in a row. Didn't even realize it. So anyways, I really powered through that. I remember you're really like wanting to get it done. Well, have you seen the Tom Hardy song about Lord of the Rings called "They'll Walk If I Tell Them to"? I think that explains why it's a tough read. No, I never heard of that. Tom Hardy? Is it a animated thing? I complained about it on my server. That's probably where I seen it. That's probably where. Cause I get notifications for a lot of Discord, so I tend to know what's going on, but sometimes I can't reply. Okay. Yep, that's the one. Okay. Can I play it? I hope I could play this. I don't know. Since I'm streaming on like YouTube and stuff.
For everyone here when I say it is very exciting to be in a room with you, Mr. Tolkien. Okay, we loved publishing The Hobbit. Can you tell us a bit about this next book?
Can y'all hear this okay?
Yeah. Given to an heir. Yeah. Who must destroy all evil. Yeah. On a magic quest. What happens next? They walk. Somebody's following
kind of
them.
low.
Walk. Hide. Walk. Steal some mushrooms. Get on a boat. Walk.
What about now?
First time. Wow. Walk. Nighttime. Walk. Attacked by tweez. Okay. It's a lot of walking. I'm not a third of the way through. Walk. Meet a weird bush guy. Walk. Finally a town. Safe. Eat. Rest. Show everyone their secret. Get the fuck out
Is
of
it
there.
still
Run,
low?
Run. They got a new tall guy. Run. Scared. Stabbed by a dementor. Run. Dementors can't swim. Fuck back to Azkaban. Okay, well that seems like a good place to end it. We'll publish it. I'm almost halfway. Rest. A bunch of elves. They've seen elves before, but now they got a dwarf. Walk. Heaps of walking. Path is blocked. Walk underground. Orc. Run. A Balrog has come. Kick him in the ass. You shall not fuck with me. Walk. I'm sick of elves. Get on a boat. Bottom is an asshole. Motherfuckers on a magic quest. Fellas in the fellowship doing what they do best. What if for a while they rode a massive hawk? I think I'd prefer if they... This is my book, motherfucker! They'll walk if I tell them to! Get that weak-ass bird shit out of here!
I've never seen that. Okay, so Green Mage. I will say for me, that's probably definitely it because okay, so I tried to read Aragon for the book club in Discord maybe a year ago, and I discovered I was not a huge fan of Aragon either. And the conclusion that I come with is that I don't think I like a lot of those like traveling fantasy kind of type books. So like Aragon, they're like traveling to I don't remember where they were going. Lord of the Rings, they're traveling. The Sword of Sonara, they're traveling to some city or something. So so I feel like for me, that's probably part of it. Yeah, that sums up the story, I'm pretty sure. There was a lot of walking in the Lord of the Rings. I mean, that's fair. I mean, if you think about it, in the movies, there kind of is too, though. Journey, how do you think they compare, like, the movie versus the books? Okay. Let's see, what else was there? Valentine event. Book club is later on in the month. I don't think we have anything else. Movie night is going to be Friday. You never watched the movies? That's so shocking to me. I thought everybody has watched them at least once. How you go read the book and not watch the movie to at least compare? Like I always have to watch the movie. Journey. I have It Ends With Us and Regretting You as an option for movie night, but it's not winning. I watched the extended edition. How often is regularly? Like, are we talking about like you watch it once a week? The movies are so good, but I have found there are a lot of people that have never seen. Really? Yeah, I thought everybody has. I want to do like a totally like I want to do a Lord of the Ring movie marathon one day, but that is that would be a lot. I haven't gotten courage to watch them because I don't read the whole series. Well, yeah, but can't you watch the books? I mean, the movies that you have read? Oh, it's like my comfort movie series. Really? You know, I used to have. Well, okay. I have a few comfort animes now, but when I was younger, I did have a comfort movie, and I don't even think it's like a very popular one. I don't know if it ever was. But has anybody heard of I think it was called Dragonheart? Where do we vote? Um okay, so if you go to my Discord and you go to the Valentine chapter, and then underneath there's a channel called Cinema Crush. And that's where the poll is. I just tagged you. You watch it monthly, like the whole series, or just like one or two movies? You've heard of it, Neil? I didn't think very many people heard of it. I used to love it. I watched it as a kid though, so I haven't watched it probably since then though. So I wouldn't say it's my it's no longer my comfort movie, I would say. Yeah, Sean Connery voiced the dragon, right? I don't know. Yes. Yes, he did. It looks like it. He provided the voice for Draco. See, okay, so I like the first Dragonheart, but I think the second one was my favorite with his son. Did you know you can marathon all three movies on a single flight from Tokyo to Toronto? It's usually, whoa, I didn't know that. Depending on whether and when. No, no, because I've never flew from Tokyo to Toronto, so I didn't know that. Did you? Is that how you know? I appreciate the fun fact. We are almost done with our book that we're streaming, but I'll probably read that tomorrow. We only have like 4 more chapters. Yeah. Oh. Where did you go? Wait. Did you go from Totoro to Tokyo? Like, were you visiting Tokyo or were you visiting Totoro? Eventually, I'm going to do anime nights and in my Discord, but I've been waiting to do them to get past all the holidays and stuff. Uh, where are you at, Journey? I just did up to chapter 36 because I think that's the next one. So we got chapter 13 to 25. Yeah. So this Friday will be like chapter 26 to 36 or something like that. We are both in Eastern time zone. Yes. I think you mentioned that earlier. Chapter 19. You're not that far behind. Last week, the chapters were 13 to 25, so like you're within that. I do the audiobook, so that's how I get through it really quickly. Things we never got over. I don't know. I don't know about it. It's not bad. I mean, there's a couple things that I'm just like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, one of the things is like, well, hold on, what happened? What is happening around where you are, Journey? Before I like start sharing stuff. Oh shoot! I'm so sorry. I didn't see any of y'all. Uh, why didn't it show up on my program? How are you, Bethy? Welcome in. Thanks, Maximus. How are y'all doing? How is y'all's Wednesday? I keep on wanting to say Friday. I'm not used to doing all of these. Okay, hold on. Let's. Oh, there it is. They all show up at once. I'm at the point where Naomi parents were on the cruise, and she's going to tell them, "Oh, oh, you told me that the other day. I remember now. I didn't know if you got past that yet." Okay, I'm not going to say what some of my irks are. One of them I can say. Okay, one of them with the niece, like maybe it's just me. I don't know. I don't have kids, but I mean, I've been around kids, but I feel like what the author kind of made sometimes okay, so sometimes the niece seems younger than what the author said she was. So like I think she's what 10 or 11 or whatever, but it didn't make any sense to me why she can't be by herself. Cuz like I was like 10 when I started staying home by myself. Maybe a little bit before then. Try and think. So, hold on. I was in 5th. I was at least 5th grade when I started being able to stay home by myself. So I feel like a 11-year-old can stay by herself, but like in the book she doesn't, and like Naomi's like, "Oh, she can't be by herself. She needs somebody to stay with her. That's why I can't work right now." And that part I didn't understand cuz I feel like she's old enough to. Yeah, she'll be 11 because in the letter it said, yeah, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. She should be able to be by herself because she's not like 8 years old or whatever. Like at 11, you're in at least 5th or 6th grade. So, and she's already been by herself. Like, so that part didn't make any sense to me. But technically, you can't leave your kids alone at home until they are 13. Since when? You were setting fire? Great, great mate. Okay, at 11, when I was 11, I was setting fires in the bathroom sink. Why the F were you setting fires? Children should not be trusted. Okay, yeah, okay, but kids could do that. Okay, I know a kid that did that when they were with other people there. Like they're going to do it no matter what. At least in New Jersey, you can't technically. I wonder what it is here. Because, like I said, I've been. Okay, so where I am at, there's no law, apparently. It says most states place the responsibility on parents, but experts generally suggest 12 years old. So I'm not crazy to think that though. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I was around that age when I stayed home. But parents really do that. No. My parents left me and my sister alone at younger ages than 30. Exactly. Exactly. So see, it's not crazy. Like, so me thinking like, okay, like it didn't make any sense. Like I can't understand. I literally can't understand why this 11-year-old cannot be by herself for a few hours. Because the fire was pretty and I was 11. I found out you could burn hand sanitizer, and the swine flu epidemic has ended a couple of years earlier. Wait, what? What does the swine flu have to do with anything? I mean, hand sanitizer is a form of alcohol. But so like that's one of my things in the book when it comes to her is like I think she could be by herself. That's all I'm saying. That was back in the early 2000s. There was hand sanitizer everywhere back then. I love hand sanitizer. I love the smell of it, which may be kind of weird. I every time I put some on, I have to smell my hands. It's a weird thing. But yeah, I remember 2000s. Early 2000s was when I was around 10 or 11. What does the swine flu have to do with sanitizer? I don't know. I know the feeling. You like the smell of hand sanitizer? Oh, I totally missed that message. But yes, hand sanitizer is flammable. Yes, it's a form of alcohol. But I love I love the smell of it. So I used to really love fire though too. I didn't burn stuff in my house. I think I had a little more. Don't take offense to this, green mage, but I like to think I had a little more logic, I guess. So I'm trying to think. I feel like that there is another thing that came up in the book that I'm just like it didn't make any sense, but oh, there is another thing, but I cannot share. So I think where you're at, that's really the main thing. Or clearly you are smarter than me. To be fair, I'm not traditionally trained in magic. It's all trial and error for me. That's fair. That's fair. I mean, I have heard though, like like boys, like growing up, they're they do some wild things. So I actually okay, side note, I actually know somebody who has a brother, and when their brother was like 3 or 4, they did catch their house on fire. So it's not unheard of. And apparently, like, because of that, this child was in the newspaper and everything. Now, how he did it, I don't know. I'm gonna read. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Journey. Have a good night. Enjoy your reading. I'm currently reading Iron Flame. I'm not done with it yet. I think I'm almost done with Children of Blood and Bone. And then Things We Never Got Over. Yes! Yes, let's talk to. The other night we did the candlelight reading in the Discord. It wasn't very long, but I think I'm going to tweak it a little bit on if I do it again on what I'm going to do. When I was 5, I followed my older brothers out of the second floor window onto the trampoline that my parents had positioned under that window. They moved it after that. Did you get hurt? Like, did you get hurt or anything? Nope. Well, that's good. I think you're very fortunate. I don't know if I would have done that. I used to love the trampoline though. I was like obsessed with it. Like even in high school, I would just like jump on the trampoline every day. Neil, I got your message. Thank you. Just give me some time to like send it to you. Ball, 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 ball. Okay. Okay, let's try to get some reading. At least a chapter. At least a chapter. We'll try to get at least a chapter in. Good times. I could do flips and tricks. Nothing says fun like the feeling of a. Yeah, I used to do flips all the time. But I would not do backflips. I um I was like too scared to do backflips cuz I've heard so many horror stories and I just couldn't do it. Like people breaking their backs and stuff. Okay, let's switch. Wait, I gotta get this set up. But I did front flips all the time. Give me 1 second. I did not realize this was still up. This was from when I did my build. I was building like one of those like bookshelf like bookshop things. I did that in last stream. Oh, that's really small. Here we go. La, 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 la. Fair. Backflips are spooky. Yeah, yeah. I like I said, I've heard a lot of horror stories. Now, side note, my mom, she she could do them. She like okay, we used to go to the pool when I was younger and she would do them all the time. But I never could. Okay, let's connect. Maybe. Or we're just not going to. That's okay. Who needs to connect? Okay, let's try this one. No. Okay. Oh yeah, hold on. I gotta do a couple things. Bop, 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 bop. Bop, 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 bop. We're almost done with our book. We just got like 4 more chapters. Normally, if this was like a normal stream, I would get through 2 chapters, but I'm only going to get through 1. So, case, save, okay. Echoes of Enmity by Stefani Chu. Go live. Here we go. There we go. Okay, cool. Cool, 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 cool. No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Okay, chapter 15, which actually. Okay. Okay. Sorry for yawning, guys. Haven't been exactly waking up great. The other night I had a dizzy spell. That's why I couldn't stream. So, all right, we're continuing Echoes of Enmity by Stefani Chu. We read her book in book club. So we read the first book. So this is kind of like a prologue of that. Prelude, prologue, whatever you want to call it. Okay. Marari rested her head on Chochim's back. With their men and supplies diminished, all was quiet, besides the clicks and snaps of horse hoofs and metal greaves. She noted that Morrill was down, scanning the remaining forces, most of which had lost their leader. Fangbane wasted no time. He ordered them to continue marching, following Gavin's men. They had to join the main force to be in place with the rest of the fighters and not annihilate the rebel forces before reaching get Molly. Mirari's mind drifted to a day 10 years ago when she was at home carrying a woven basket of toys that she shared with Salatho and Gavin. Unusual stones, bits of leftover string, crude wooden soldiers. On top were some fruits that she had snagged from the kitchen. She carried the basket into their room, hoping Salatho and Gavin would spend time with her. Salatho was stretched out on the floor, his feet up against the wall as he immersed himself in a book. He was proficient enough to read at an elementary level, thanks to what she had taught him. Gavin was in a corner, sharpening the point of his wooden spear with a stone in hand. As she entered, Gavin glanced at the basket of toys, and before she could say a word, he got up and walked out of the room. She felt the sting of his rejection. "Where are you going?" she asked, but Gavin faded from her sight without responding. "I think he's still a little shaken from yesterday," Salatho explained, without taking his eyes off the book. Her body felt heavy, and her arms dropped. She was trying hard to forget what happened yesterday. What Salatho claimed she had done might as well have been a lie. With no memory of the event, she could neither confirm nor deny his allegations. But she saw how Gavin looked at her differently and knew it was true. "Doesn't he know I would never hurt him?" she said. Salatho tilted his head back and glanced at her. It was disturbingly quiet, and she was a perfect, motionless doll. He set down the book. "This isn't the problem. What bothers him is he thinks you're lying. And you bested him. He's the fighter in this family. You destroyed the one thing he was proud of being better than the both of us. But I really don't remember anything. And I don't know how to use core. Especially not fire." Ouch. Sorry, guys. I just hit my headset on the mic. Out of all things, you believe me, don't you?" Salatho's sweet smile was what she needed. And I don't know. Oh, she knew there was more to the story that he wouldn't say. But the fact was she had given Gavin a near-death experience with powers she didn't know she had. "Don't worry," Salatho said. "He'll get over it." But what if he never did? Even if Gavin had forgiven her for nearly hurting him, there was no doubt that since that day, he became a different person. Their pranks and jokes used to be good-natured. Now, he was hostile, always challenging her and trying to be better than her. Gavin had liked her just fine as his playmate. But he couldn't live with himself knowing she could kick his ass 6 ways to Solly. That was what turned a boyish fantasy into an existential demand. Mirari wondered if that's what drove him to leave home, to pursue the dangerous mission of training and becoming a fighter in Althea. She let her pool of tears soak Chochim's shirt. He must have felt it. "Don't blame yourself," he said. "You did your best." "It wasn't enough," Mirari said. "Was I wrong to think I could stop him with mere words?" "This is the nature of war, Miss Mirari." "I know, but she didn't. Up until now, everything she learned about war was words on paper. Her imagination, the feelings that came with it, all the adrenaline, blood, fear for life. She never expected the emotional toll. That was on top of the pain she was still carrying from losing Salatho. and it was too much for her to handle. Does he really have to die, Chulchim? She croaked as she choked on tears. Both of them? Is fate this cruel? She had never felt more useless. Her two closest friends were slipping from her reach, their promising lives ending abruptly in ways she believed she could have prevented. If that day had not happened, if she didn't let herself be consumed by an unknown power that hurt Gavin and tore his pride, would he have never joined the Athean army and become this warlord that was taking so many lives? Would the three of them still be together? It's not over yet, Chochem said. The main fight has yet to begin. But Marari knew that she had little chance of stopping Gavin now. She had a chance. It had been right in front of her, and she failed to make it work. In the face of 5,000 soldiers, most of whom were desperate to claim his head, she was almost certain Gavin wouldn't make it out alive. This time, she wouldn't be able to do anything about it. Murray, Jochim, Fang Bang called. She lifted her head off Jim's back and stared at the masked man who was now riding parallel to them. I've been informed that the rebel army at Gamali has nearly tripled. What? Jochim furrowed his brow. So they outnumber us now? I'm afraid so. They must have sent word for rebels to meet at Gamali, and we underestimated their numbers. Sounds like you're not as good of a tactician as they say you are, Marai said. Maybe now you'll reconsider letting us fight. Fang Bang said, and almost instantly replied, no. Marari fumed. Why can't you just admit you were wrong? Because I wasn't. There are always unexpected consequences, especially in the chaos of battle. The art of a great battle plan is to set the stage to your best advantage. Put yourself in the best position to take maximum advantage of your resources. That plan can be absolutely perfect on paper, but... Okay, so you're saying you're still perfect. That Commander Iffy and Region Leader Ogden's sacrifice was part of your plan? I'm not... Admit it. Your light bargade strategy failed. It didn't fail, Fang Bang sighed and shook his head. We lowered their numbers and exhausted the rest, including the violent tiger himself. As soon as a plan begins, you have to accept that something is absolutely guaranteed to go wrong. Maybe something catastrophic. You just don't know what that is, yet. The one thing that shouldn't happen in this, you should not be surprised. I'm telling you, Marari, you should not be surprised that we lose people we didn't expect to lose. Marari understood what he was trying to say. You're saying you're not guaranteeing Gavin's life anymore? I'm sorry, Marari. I know you came all this way to save him, but we don't have much of a choice. You always have a choice, she said, eyes gleaming with determination. She wasn't ready to give up on Gavin just yet. Okay, that was a short chapter. I need to do shoutouts, so let's do those real quick. Green Mage, I cannot do shoutouts for you, and I apologize. Or at least I don't know how to do them on YouTube. I could do them on Twitch.
This stream is powered by Raid Shadow Legends. Dive into epic battles, stunning heroes, and endless strategy.
Dang,
all
I
right at your
forgot
fingertips.
Journey.
Support the stream and start your legendary journey today.
Fucking. That's a wild thing to get them a free.
Okay. Anybody else? No, I missed Journey. I mean, I did the text shout outs, but oh well. My bad. My bad. Okay, that chapter was shorter than I expected. What time is it? 9:13. Okay, let's try it. We're going to try to do one more chapter. Because I feel like that chapter was pretty short. Alright. Valiant soldiers gathered at the peak of a rocky ridge, looking down on the boulder field as the sun reached the middle of the clear sky. Gavin and his army trotted down the slope with pitchforks, arrowheads tied to sticks, and even bows made of branches and thorns. The field was empty, but Gavin ordered the men into formation. Defense from all sides with shielded cavalries in the middle. Looks like we have them now, Adder whispered to his fellow counselor as they laid low behind the mountain near the middle of the field. Suzanne waved her hand in the air, giving the signal to a troop a few yards down. He nodded and pulled a match from his pocket, carefully lighting the explosive in front of him before scampering away. A rocket shot up into the sky and then burst in a shower of green sparks, bright enough to be seen for miles, even in daylight. Even Fangbane's army on the other side of the ridge noticed it. "It's begun," Joshim said, but Morari wasn't exactly sure what that meant. Did the beginning of this battle mark the end of the revolution? Or was the flare the bell for Gavin to hang? When Gavin saw the rocket explode above, he felt a jolt of adrenaline, spike through his brain. It was a signal fire, but for whom? Then one of the scouts called to him, "My lord, look!" Gavin turned, and before the scout could say another word, Gavin saw the wave of gray painted banners and heavily armored foot soldiers charging down the left side of the ridge. At first, he thought it might be the same brigade of raiders that was sent out to harass his column, but the mass of troops moving from behind the rocky mountain grew larger and larger. He could see banners and blocks of troops in various uniforms, mostly those from Valian territories. The sight was strange to him. To see Valvian soldiers on Athian soil, it confirmed that the council had sent people from across the land to put an end to their march. Any chance to withdraw was over with. Fine. Nowhere to go but forward. He did a quick calculation as the last of those soldiers popped out from behind the mountain. 300? He unsheathed his spear and pointed it to the mountain. Charge! Instantly, the men on the left began to run towards the enemy, sticks in the air, their cries mightier than the winds across Lake Urab. A young rebel faced the oncoming battle line of spear carriers, rolling at the front like a bristling wave. "This is my goddamn empire, you swine." "Stories! Welcome in! How are you? How's your Wednesday?" "Sprout munching farters?" He led a savage, if not suicidal, countercharge into the heart of Valinian ocean of spearmen. Thanks for the hydrate. Thank you, Stories. I won't be on much longer. It's a short stream. So once I finish this chapter. But I appreciate you being here. Gavin was ready to join until he heard the wisp of a flying projectile. He swung his gaze away from the troops just in time to see a second rocket soar into the vast, clear sky. The explosion of sapphire sparks glowed nicely against the pale blue above. Without hesitating, accepting the clear change in the situation, he called to the men on the far right. You know, Stories, I know you said not to, but I totally forgot to. I should have reached out to you. At the beginning of the year, I sent out a a post or whatever for authors that wanted me to read their stories on stream. I should have asked you. I'm sorry. I apologize. What is NYU? This is probably silly of me not to know. Oh, that is true. Well, I have done it, not knowingly. Um, and I didn't get in trouble. Nobody reported me or anything. But since they changed all of that, yeah, I haven't done that. But I do stream on other sites. So that is an option. Like, if you want me to stream, because, like, I don't know the policies exactly when it comes to stuff like that, like on YouTube. YouTube, probably not, but like Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that. Like, no, but cutesy? It's gray area seems. No, okay, so they updated it. I don't know, like, I think it was last year. It was like a huge thing because they changed it where this is where I have my problem. They changed it where we're not allowed to read like smut or anything like that, but they do allow like they do allow games to show like naked bodies and stuff like that, as long as that's not the main focus. Which to me feels like a double standard kind of deal. Because they allow it in games, but because we read it, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I forgot about that. I still haven't found another site. I I do have Arena, and Rafa already told me that on Arena I can stream it, and I can even I could gatekeep like who joins streams and stuff like that on there. It is strange. But yeah, Irina probably would be safe for me to stream. Literature. Um, the other sites I don't know. So if I want to do smut and stuff, that's where I'll be doing it. I tried to look into other sites. Somebody told me you could do OnlyFans and you don't have to do a sub, like a sub that costs kind of deal, but I don't know. Okay, sorry. Onward with me! He snapped his horse into a forward charge, and the rest of his unit, who had not yet engaged in battle, sprinted down the hill with him. Whoever that signal was for, he couldn't risk wasting time getting to the armory. Yeah, I will definitely reach out. It will be a minute. But I will reach out when it I'll add which one of your books would you want it? Well, we're not doing on Twitch. Yeah, I'll keep you updated. I'll keep you updated. Oh, you updated it? Like you just fixed like you edited it, or did you like actually add stuff to the story? I think that's one of the ones I finished. I think there's another one of yours I still have to read. There was an objective before him. Gavin's confidence vacillated, and he was forced to replace it with the iron will of military discipline. A feeling of grim determination filled him now. Okay, sounds good. The farther down the mountain he got, the better he could see the streak of cavalry units seeping towards them like a wave of spilled oil. Their dark cloaks enveloped the field, covering the land from mountain to mountain. Nearly 1,000 were following their leaders at the front, all of whom were familiar. Next to a big brawler was a man Gavin knew was dying to claim his head. His long hair waved with his cloak as his horse sprinted straight for Gavin. He had a happy grin, an immense thirst for blood. Gavin's blood specifically. The dark soldiers spread into an enveloping umbrella from the north and west, slamming shut the trap which surrounded the band of revolutionaries. "Show me what you got, kitten," Sheba yelled as he took a swing at Gavin. Gavin ducked, then quickly realized that the slash was not for him, but his horse. His horse stumbled to the ground, a fountain of blood coming out from its neck. Sheba leaped off his horse with a dagger in each hand. Gavin rolled out of the way just in time. He picked up the nearest boulder and threw it at Sheba. It went right through him as he disappeared into a mist. Gavin felt something reach from behind and yank his soldier's back. His arms were locked by a big brawler whose arms were twice as thick as his. He felt his feet lift off the ground. They both arched backward and fell hard to the ground. "Why don't you surrender and make this easier for us?" Neil offered, but Gavin gave a hearty grunt and kicked him in his treasures. He broke free from Neo, but was quickly confined again by a substance rising from the ground. Sheba's shadow, legs trapped and gradually losing control. Gavin didn't have time to prepare for the hard punch to his face. "Die, Athenian scum!" Sheba roared as he pulled his hand back for another punch. But Gavin had faced Sheba before. He had learned his ways and how he used his trump card. It was no longer a threat to him. His shadows was like rubber, stretchy and sturdy enough to hold down a brawler. But at best, that was all it could do. Sheba's shadow was all for show, a distraction to make enemies run away from him. At the right angle, Gavin knew he could break. He squeezed his hands, twisted, and ripped the shadow apart like paper. He rammed his head right into Sheba's chest and raised his own fist, charging it with the energy raging in his body. He pulsed forward. Neo lunged in front of Sheba and caught it, barely, the force making him slide back a few inches. The men were now locked in fists. "What's gotten into you?" Neo asked again. "Do not stop me, brawler," Gavin roared as he pushed harder into Neo. Sheba was ready to kick back in, but stopped as he was nearly run over by a cavalry soldier, who readied his sword in the hope that if Sheba wasn't trampled, he would meet his fate at the end of the soldier's blade. Sheba dodged both, sneering at the peasant who dared to interfere. Two more riders joined the soldier. They were better equipped than the majority of peasants, carrying silver spears and slip-on breastplates taken from fallen soldiers from the enemy side. "I'll take on the scum, your honor," Eon cried to Gavin as his horse neighed, rose on its hind legs, and charged at Neo. Sheba now had a clear... Thanks for the follow, Daruba? I hope I said that correctly. Sheba now had a clear view of Gavin. He snickered as he cracked his knuckles. "How about it? You, me, one-on-one, for old time's sakes?" Gavin narrowed his eyes. He twirled his spear above his head, then positioned himself in a lunge, blade pointing forward as he waited for his opponent's first move. Thanks, Maximus. How are you? How is your Wednesday, by the way? A scout from the Royal Army weaved through Sheba's engaged forces and up the side of the mountain to where the counselors overlooked the fight. He pulled over to Counselor Ada and whispered a message in his ear. "What?" he hissed. "What's wrong?" Susan asked. "There's roughly 3,000 rebels on the other side of Gunmali, and they're infiltrating the armory as we speak. The division we've stationed there is being overwhelmed." 3,000? They had only planned 1,000 at the armory. Where did they all come from? The rebels couldn't possibly have planned this. "Perhaps not," Adder agreed. "Maybe it's a coincidence that both forces arrived at the same time. But we need to stop them before they find the weapons." Adder gestured the scout off his horse and replaced him in the saddle. "What do you think you're doing?" Susan demanded. "Sending back up. If they get their hands on the armory, we'll be lost." He grasped the reins, then pointed to the cavalry near the bottom of the ridge, jousting with horseless peasants and winning. "I'm taking Sheba and Neo with me. 500 should do." "But they're already in position. And what about Gavin?" Adder turned his horse towards the downward path of Gamali. "Bangbang's unit should be here any moment. You two can handle him, can't you?" He snapped the reins and galloped down the hill. He pulled up to Sheba, who was well engaged with his sworn enemy. Adder slid his horse between them with elegant skill, precision, and little care of the dangers of being in between two fighters. Get a drink here. Drinky, drinky. Shadow Shoulder, Silver Fist, he called. Find a horse, now. We're going to the armory. What? Sheba sneered. You want me to dishonor the duel? Dishonor the council or dishonor your pride? You choose. Adder shifted his eyes to Gavin, who did nothing. Would this be a problem, Violent Tiger? Gavin seemed to have respected their change in strategy and was willing to let them go without any resistance. Adder narrowed his eyes, taking note of Gavin's zombie-like demeanor. His face was bland and more oblivious than a ringed gopher in the face of a saber lion. They stared at each other, but said nothing. Adder snapped his horse into a sprint down the hill, rallying along as many rogue cavalry units as he could along the way. Come on! Neo nudged Sheba, who had the reins of both their horses in his hands. Sheba snared and glared at Gavin. Don't die until I come back, Sheba spat as he got on his horse. I want to be the one to take your head. Gavin simply stared. He saw the departing troops, believing the fight had now returned to his favor. Though he didn't know of their progress, he knew the rebels on the other side of Gamali were proving to be the distraction he needed to win this battle. He rallied Eon and the rest of his men to continue fighting off the rest of these invaders. Okay. We will stop there. That was 2 chapters. So, we're almost done. Chapter 17 and 18. Let's switch. There we go. Okay, couple of things. Like I said, giveaways going on, but you have to sub to be entered into the giveaway. It's for an audiobook, 2078 The Fall by Jay Spencer. This week is the last week, so today and tomorrow's the last day, basically. We have a couple book clubs coming up at the end of the month. If you want to join in that, make sure you join the Discord. And we're having anime night. Not anime night. We're having movie night on Friday night. We have a poll right now that I'm waiting to see. We're waiting. Tomorrow is the last day to vote, basically. So I don't know what movie it's going to be, but yeah. So Friday night is movie night. So yeah. The book clubs are Things We Never Got Over, and the indie book club is Love is the Game by I think it's Caitlin Gorlish. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly. So okay, let's do. Can I do a shout out for stories? Will it let me? Will it actually play? That's the other question. No! I hate this tag thing. Like, none of that stuff works. Okay. Well, I have to head off. Because basically, I have to I'm pet sitting, and so I have to go back and like let the dogs out. Basically, it's not an overnight, um, but yeah, I do have to do that. Um, who is on? Let's see. Chaos is on. I don't think I've ever rated her. He went off. He went off. Um, let's see, who else? Spoons. Moog is on. I might do her because I haven't. Oh, Loud Bros was on. Let's do Loud Bros. We're gonna raid Loud Bros. They actually are one of the ones that first discovered me, and I don't think I hardly ever raid them. So I think that's who we are going to raid. Um, let me check to make sure they're not
We get it.
like ending or something. Cause I've done that before. We could get past this ad. Copy. Thanks for stopping by, Stories. Stories, have you streamed? Have I just been missing your streams? I know, I think lately I've been getting on earlier in the day, so I could be just missing them. There we go. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Thanks for the resubs. Check out the Discord if you're not in there yet. I will be on tomorrow night. We'll probably finish the book tomorrow. I was gonna say something, but thank you so much. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
I guess not so short. I'm sorry I didn't get to check in. I didn't have my headphones for half the day, so
Did they die like mine?
Huh?
Did they die like mine?
No, I just couldn't find them.
Okay, things to sell.